US CPI data will dropping today. So the question is, will we see here the next leg for Bitcoin to the upside, or will we just see a sell the news event, grab some liquidity to the downside before we starting in our next rally? And we have also talked about our trade setup here. Bitcoin is here breaking out to the upside. Our trades performing here very good. Even also our altcoin positions are heavily in profit, which means also the next altcoin season is in front of the door. These and many more charts we have to talk about in today's video. So definitely lean back to grab your coffee and let's directly start here with our first of all news. So today we have some news coming in. CPI data will coming out. So here is especially what our eyes are looking on the charts right now. Question for all, what can we expect here right now? And let's go for it in the Bitcoin chart here on the 1 hourly chart to see it a little bit more clearer and to explain you a little bit what is about coming out from the CPI data. So it's most of all very important how the data are reacting on the numbers of the expectation. If the CPI data came out higher than expected, expect also here on Bitcoin a little bit more correction here to downside or general in the market. Will the CPI data coming lower than expected? This is very bullish even also for the traditional market and also for the crypto market, because here capital rotates into risk assets, and it means we also will see here a massive pump here on risk on asset, especially on Bitcoin, on altcoins, and also on many other coins. And also Donald Trump just posted also there will be rate cuts coming, and this is also something what we are 100% are knowing that the rate cuts are coming. Now the question is how we can position ourselves here right now, and for this one I want to go first of all here in our Bitcoin 1 hourly chart. Yesterday we broke here over the night in our triangle to the upside, so even we can also put our indicators on it because there is something very bullish happening yesterday night. So we flipped already the 50 moving average even on the 50-minute chart, on the 1 hourly chart, and also on the daily chart to the upside. So here you can see it a little bit more clearly. We broke here the 50 moving average to the upside. So expect here also in the next couple of hours maybe coming a little bit more to the downside on the 1 hourly chart, testing the 50 moving average one more time, which could potentially also the same time when we're getting into our CPI data. So the CPI data is coming out, we will see a short move to the downside, retesting the 50 moving average, maybe a little bit lower, and then expect a move here in direction of the next high. Next key zones here for Bitcoin, if you're zooming a little bit out, we can clearly see here on the 1 hourly chart our high here at 117,300 US dollars. As soon we're taking out this high, all is set here for the next rally for Bitcoin. Even if we are here going a little bit sideways, it would be all fine here for the next couple of days for Bitcoin. We can also get here a little bit closer in the 15-minute chart to get here also a trade entry where we can position ourselves when the data is coming out. So where we can position here ourselves today for the next Bitcoin position, and this is definitely here a retest of the 50 moving average. On the daily chart, for sure, there you can definitely place here a limit order, which also makes sense to get here a proper retest, because yesterday we just was bouncing here on the 50 moving average. So also here it could potentially also a great scalp position to get here a little bit more close on the 50 moving average on the 50-minute chart, get here in a short, get here in a scalp position when we're hitting the 50 moving average and trade this then to the upside. Even also when we're going here to the 4 hourly chart, before we switch in some other charts, we can also see we are on the way to break here our resistance line to the upside. Also here 50 moving average, 200 moving average, all the important indicators are are below of us, very bullish for us. And as soon as I mentioned already, 117,300 US dollars, and here all the way up at 14,000, at 15,000 US dollars. As soon we're breaking our resistance line here to the upside, this is the moment I will flip 100% bullish here for Bitcoin, and then it could be very fast to get here in the next highs, because the next bigger resistance cluster will be here around 120,000 US dollars. And we have also keep in mind that in 116,900 US dollars we have an CME gap, so we are kind of like now 2.5% to the upside. So there is the CME gap, and one of the time we will definitely fill also the CME gap here right now. So mark these as the next key zones for Bitcoin: 117 117,000 and 116,900 as the CME gap. Especially when we're looking on the liquidations, we can see we're also clearing up the next more liquidity here to the upside on the 1 monthly chart. If we're going here into lower time frames here on the 3-day chart, we can also see that a lot of liquidity is here in top of us at 114,000 US dollars, which also means we should break here into higher levels in the next couple of hours. But we have also to see there are a lot of liquidity building down below here, so there could be potentially even also a scenario like a small move here in direction to the upside, grab the liquidity over there, grab the liquidity then down below here to 112,000 US dollars, and then shooting up in the next direction of the CME gap, fill this CME gap, and then it's time to rise here for Bitcoin in direction of the next all-time high, because then it could be very, very fast here in direction of 120,000, 124,000 US dollars. Then on the daily chart, we are perfectly on track here on our rising wedge here. We broke already to the upside couple of days already before. So at the beginning of September, we was breaking here in direction of 112,000 US dollars, broke here our key resistance level, flipped now the resistance level here into support, and now it's all set in direction of 122,000 US dollars and even also higher. As you can see here, my main target for the next couple of months in direction of end of the year, middle of November, would be here around 130,000 US dollars. So kind of this way we can here expect in the next couple of days. Also, we talked many times before about exactly the same scenario here. We have the trading range here from the middle of the year, from May until July, and we have also the same. And we have kind of the same pattern here right now. We can adjust it kind of a little bit here, even also here to the upside. So we have here, let's clone this very quickly. We can also put it here as our trading range over there. So as soon we're breaking, also the trading range here in direction to the upside would be around 63 would be around 63 days as before, or 62 days before, which means we could potentially see in the next couple of days a breakout out of our trading range in direction of the next all-time high, and also making the next all-time high. Also, when we see the alignment with the traditional market, the Nasdaq making new all-time high, the S&P 500 making an all-time high, gold is making a new all-time high, but Bitcoin is here lagging behind. There will be also Bitcoin making the next moves here in the next all-time high, and also make a new all-time high on the crypto market. Also, our head and shoulders pattern is here breaking to the upside. Price target of our head and shoulders pattern is here exactly in alignment with our next high here around 117,500 US dollars, which means we would potentially also take out this high and getting here in higher direction. Hopefully you catch exactly the trade we're sharing here on the channel, or even also in my Telegram group. I have also opened my Bitcoin position here right now, so even also our altcoin position are in profit. Paper are here 10% in profit, 6% on Bonk in profit. Even also our Sand position we're building here right now is also 1% in profit. Our Link position is here 15% in profit. DOT is 20% in profit. Bitcoin over 100% in profit. And also our Ethereum position we opened yesterday. Hopefully you also enter the Bitcoin, the Ethereum position. Hopefully you also opened the Ethereum position yesterday. Then you will be here in profits right now the same. If you miss out the position on Ethereum, just watch the video from yesterday. There I gave you the major key zones here for Ethereum. We will also talk a little bit more later. But as you can see here right now, I position here a lot in many altcoins, because when we're having a look on the altcoin season index, we are now finally in our altcoin season. So this is the moment where you should definitely enter here in the next altcoin position to take this rally here in direction of 80 to 90% to the upside. At 90%, this is the moment where you should sell all your altcoin position and also take profits from this position. This is exactly what I'm doing here right now. I will hold my paper bonk position and even also my link or dot position till we're reaching here on the altcoin season index the next highs here around between 85 and 90%. At least there I will close also my positions here. If you don't know where you can open the next altcoin position here right now, just go in the video description. There you find a link first of all to my Telegram channel. There I shared a lot of information about new potential ideas for altcoin, and you find also a link here to the Bitcoin, and you find also a link there to Bitfinex. This is the exchange I'm using here for all my trades. So just check out the link in the video description. There you can even also claim your deposit bonus there. Otherwise, let's continue here with Ethereum. Here on Ethereum, we are perfectly having the breakout on our triangle here right now in direction of the next target zones here around. First target would be here around 4,500 US dollars, and at least we're taking out this high at 4,500 US dollars. Expect a massive rally here also on Ethereum in direction of 4,800 US dollars. Where's my key target zone? But my main target would be here around the next all-time high in direction of 4,100 US dollars. It depends a little bit also on the altcoin season index. If we are getting a little bit higher also in the next couple of days already, I would take some profits from the table on the way up, but my main target would be around 5,100 US dollars. Here you can see we perfectly enter here our trade on the breakout, and I will keep this trade definitely riding up here in direction of the next highs. You could potentially also put your stop loss already in break even and scale the position up, at least when we are breaking here 4,400 US dollars. So at least wait for breaking here this high before you scale up your position. If you don't know where you can scale up or how you can scale up your position, just check out the last video on my channel. There I make a huge deep tutorial about how to scale up your trade position, even also by using low risk. So definitely check this out. I will also link it later in the end of the video. If you're not in the Ethereum position right now, I have good news for you. You can just enter the Ethereum position as soon we are getting here the breakout of 4,400 US dollars, because we are also forming here a ascending triangle here to the upside. So kind of like here around the next couple of days already, since in the next couple of weeks we should potentially also see a breakout over there, and then the price target would be here around from the resistance line to our breakout. Breakout would be kind of around here at 17 to 20 of September. Breakout target here around 4,700 US dollars, 4,800 US dollars. So there you have also the next position here on Ethereum. Just wait here, especially on Ethereum, for the breakout of 4,500 US dollars before you enter a next position over there. If you are in a position right now, just keep the position running. Next target zones here, 4,800 US dollars. All over the week, our altcoins performing here very well. Even also on the daily chart, we can see great performance here on the altcoins. So we are kind of directly in the way to our altcoin season. So this is the moment you should definitely position yourself, even on spot or on leverage. So definitely make use of it. Open the next altcoin position as soon we are getting here the breakout also on this position. In tomorrow's video, we want to talk a little bit more about some altcoins to give you also some next trade entries. But for today, you have an Ethereum position set, so you can put your limit order over there. Just put a limit order here, or even also on Bitcoin. But mainly we have to wait how the CPI data will coming out, and if you see a small correction during the CPI data is coming out on some altcoins, this is the moment you should definitely enter these positions. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and watch out the video directly right here or right there where I explain my trading strategy.